Hey, everybody, happy Valentine's Day. And also, I hope you had a great Super Bowl. Today is honestly, I'm going to be telling two stories. I'm sorry there's two stories, but it just is what it is. And I think it is impactful and I think it'll be beneficial. So, last night I had a dream and I woke up remembering this story that I'm about to tell that I had heard about and listened to about 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't come up with this, but it's really good. And I think it hits home when it comes to the idea that our best laid plans and intentions really don't mean much when we aren't giving our best effort. Okay, like we can do and say the right things, but if our intention, if our motivation is poor, then the end result is poor. Okay, and for me, this is especially true. I like when it comes when it comes to eating. I have little issue giving my best effort when it comes to working out, but when it comes to eating and regulating how much food I eat, that's when I habitually, or traditionally, I guess not habitually, that's when I traditionally struggle and I give less than my best effort. I know that I should stop and not eat as much, but I keep eating because that is a habit that I have been trying to develop and break. Honestly, I've gotten a lot better in the last 3 years, but that was something that I habitually just always did. And so that's a hard habit to break for me. And I just need to get more cognizant of it. But anyway, here's the story. So there was a carpenter and he specialized in building houses. And while he worked, he often dreamed of the day he could retire. Okay. And then finally that day came. He gave notice to the contractor he worked for that he'd be leaving soon. The contractor was upset to lose such a top notch carpenter, but he also understood. So he gave the carpenter a final job to finish before leaving. Build just one more house, he said. The carpenter agreed, but he really wasn't into it since his heart was already set on retiring. His motivation was gone, basically. He rushed through the work, wasn't picky about the materials, and he cut corners just to get the job done. When he finished, the contractor inspected the house room by room, and when he was done, he handed the keys to the carpenter and wished him well. And he said, "This is my gift to you. Happy retirement." The carpenter was shocked. He hadn't expected this, and soon his feelings turned into shame and loss. If he'd only known he was building his own house, he would have done it much differently. Okay, moral of the story. Okay, so one, take pride in everything you do. And two, you are literally building your own house, your body. Okay, you only get one of them. I need to hear this, and I am betting that you too probably need to hear this, and it could help you too. So, if you're going to do anything, be intentional and do it well. All right. The actions and decisions that we make today are building blocks for our lives tomorrow, and they're going to determine how much time we spend with our kids, our grandkids, and the quality of that time we get to spend with them. Are we going to be helping them ride bikes in our wheelchair, or are we going to be on a bike next to them? So in that sense, the choice is really ours, okay? And we know we're building our own house, okay? Now, the verse of today is found in 1 Corinthians 13:4. And it says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud." And like I said, this is another story. And this one was one I listened to today, and it was a man telling a story about how he had been sexually abused by someone near to him when he was a child, habitually. Okay, and then the man asked rhetorically, "My abuser repeatedly told me that they loved me. Did they actually love me?" Okay, and he said that rhetorically. In my brain, I was like, "No, obviously they didn't. They didn't love you. They kept abusing you." Then the man just as quickly said, "Yes, they did love me." And I was like, "What? How so?" And he said, "Because they loved me according to their own definition of love." Okay. Ouch. Right? I too often choose how I love others by my own definition. They have to meet my standards, or they have to do X, Y, or Z to earn my love. Ouch, right? Granted, the way that I habitually do it isn't nearly as dire or I mean perceived wrong as someone who abuses kids, but the intent and the outcome is essentially the same. I'm creating my own definition of what love is. Okay, and here's the truth: God has already given us a definition of love. Okay, It's patient. So I should like with my kids, I can be more patient with my kids. 2, it's kind. Like when my wife asks for help. Okay. 3, it's not envious. Like when if my friends get raises or promotions. Okay. It's not jealous. Okay. It's not boastful. Like when something goes great and I just feel like I have to tell everybody, just, hey, look at me. And then in the same vein, it's not proud, because all blessings that I do have are gifts from God. Okay. So my aim today is to go through my day letting God's definition of love guide my path and interaction with those I come in contact with. Let his definition of love guide me, not create my own definition and impose that upon others. Okay. All right. I hope you have a great Monday. This is Kellen Lake, and go and be awesome.